guys, welcome back to the channel. Ryker here. I hope you guys had a great 4th of July. I hope it was safe and fun at the same time. I had a great time. I was with family, enjoyed. We had a great dinner, so we had a good time. Kept it mostly indoors, didn't want to go out. A bunch of fireworks around the neighborhood, which was fun. Didn't feel like going down to the city and then get caught in the riffraff. Not even sure if there was a whole lot of traffic in the city this time around due to COVID, but anyway, so we are going to the North Georgia Premium Outlet Malls past Cummings up in the 400 Dawsonville area, and the ladies wanted to go to the mall and I didn't want to drive with them, so I said, you know what a great opportunity to go ahead and get on the Ryker and take it for a ride. So beautiful day today. Kind of hot though, even for Atlanta standard. It's pretty hot, 90 degrees, but you know what, the cloud coverage is decent. It should help take care of some of the direct sunlight, but it is hot. It's supposed to hit 90 degrees today, but I'm just happy that it's not raining, because if you're from Atlanta, you know what's been happening the last week, on and off. It rains during the afternoon or evening, and it's nice and sunny in the mornings, but then it rains during the afternoon and the evenings. I mean, it's just typical July weather here, where it's nice in the mornings, but as soon as the humidity rises, it all comes back down in the form of rainfall. So today it says no rain, partly cloudy, so I figured let's take the Ryker for a ride. So I actually yesterday had received my MadStad windshield. I was very excited about. My niece was over spending the night, so my niece and my daughter, they both helped me bring it to film and help me put the MadStad windshield on. It was super easier than I expected to put the windshield on, and I'll bring that video to you. The only issue is that what I ordered was a 20-inch clear, and two issues I had with it. One of them was that after doing all the measurements, it was still big. I'm about 5'9", 5'10", and I like to see over the windshield, not as much through it. And in that one, at its lowest setting, it was just about an inch too high, where it was just messing with my vision. So you know, I could like sit up further straight and look over it, or kind of, you know, posture downwards and look through the windshield. It was not a comfortable position for me at my height. So the second thing though that may help me in returning this and exchanging it for an 18-inch is that, surprisingly, as I unwrapped the windshield to put it on, I noticed right around here there are like 4 or 5 lines, wavy lines, that are embedded in the acrylic. So it just seems to me like it was a production flaw. Either I can't even begin to guess what may have caused that, but I know that is definitely a production flaw. You can't get rid of that line. I thought it was just kind of dirty, and then when I started using my cleaners, it wouldn't come off. So that was a little bit disappointing again, but I guess these things happen. I just the only disappointing fact is that I had to wait 2 weeks for it. So I waited 2 weeks, and I got one which had a production flaw in it. So I really question what kind of QC they have, quality control team they have. So I'm gonna give him a call tomorrow on Monday and tell him, and you know, go ahead and send it back to them. And this will give me a chance to order the 18-inch. Now I'm kind of torn between the 18-inch clear or the next level up, which is the light smoke. I don't know which one to get here. I got the clear and the 20-inch, and I just, you know, I like the fact that the windshield is clear and you can look through it. It's all nice and clear, but I just need to maybe see how the light smoke one will be. Maybe the light smoke one will be better. I'm not sure. I just don't want the light smoke, which is just one above the clear windshield. I don't want it to mess with nighttime riding. So I know a couple of people have said that it will definitely not mess with you during the nighttime. So I guess I just need to go ahead and purchase a light smoke one instead of the clear one. Although I'm used to the clear one because the BRP one is clear, and I am used to the clear one, but maybe the light smoke, I don't know, we'll see. What do you guys think? I know some of you have windshields on, so what do you think about going light smoke versus clear and still having a good kind of visibility during nighttime? Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, so I had to put all that on and then take it all off after the video was done. So I'll still bring the video because it's a good video to bring for installation. I'll go ahead and do that. I haven't seen a whole lot of videos except Sling Mods and maybe a couple other people, so this will be kind of my take on bringing the video to you. And I thought that it would be a little difficult to install, but you know, turns out it's not so bad. It was actually quite easy. There were a lot of components, and the instructions were a little bit you know. The instructions could have been a little bit easier or better with some pictures on there, but it was still not that bad. For a guy like me who has no mechanical experience whatsoever can put that on easily, I'm sure everyone watching this video can with the proper tools. So yeah, so I'm gonna call them on Monday, and I can't wait to get my replacement because I did like the shape, and the coverage seems like it'll be really good because it was more squarish, came down to there, so all this wind coming through here, you know, around the sides, and the wind hitting me on the helmet, I think should be much better, especially on the highway, because this thing does good in the city, but on the highways there's still a little bit of buffeting there. So it's not a bad windshield, but it's not meant for, you know, long rides or highway rides. And most of my commute to work daily, as you've seen the video, is pretty much on the highway or highway speeds. Just a little bit about the factory add-on, the swaybar that I added on. Oh, beautiful houses here. Look at that. Nice. This must be the high roller area. This is the rich area. Nice Chevy. Look at that. Even these old houses that are not a part of these big neighborhoods are such nicely maintained, painted, and kept proper. So I do like that. Well, I must have spoken too soon about traffic. Here we are. Alright, clear again. Yeah, wow, look at this. I haven't been through this neighborhood. I don't even know what city this is. No, it's near Sandy Springs, so it must be like Roswell type area, I'm guessing. Anywho, so coming back to the swaybar, talk a little bit about the swaybar installed. Man, I have to tell you guys, it makes a world of difference, at least to me. in my opinion. A lot of people have mentioned that they are going with the Ron, I think the company's called Ron Swaybars or something like that. I keep forgetting, but I believe it is the Ron Swaybars. I think they have these aluminum links. On the Ryker, they are plastic links. They look like I don't know how to explain it, but they look like little dog bones with a hole at the top and the bottom. It's like a link bracket, and that's where the sway bar installs, on the top part of that link bracket. So yeah, a lot of people swear by those, and they say that changes the riding capability of the Ryker. It makes it much better in terms of handling department, and I'm sure it would. I did not go for an aftermarket part. As I mentioned in my previous video, I have paid extra and purchased the extended warranty, so I didn't want, should anything to fail, I'm sure it won't, but should any aftermarket part fails, I just don't want the dealer to raise their hands or wash their hands of me because I had an aftermarket part, and give them and let them have an excuse of not taking care of me. As it is, my experience is that I do like BRP quite a bit, but my experience is not so great with any of the dealerships yet. Of course, I haven't had my services done yet, but with whatever I've had to deal with so far, not very confidence inspiring. Therefore, I went with the factory add-on, which is the 33.5% stiffer sway bar from BRP, because if something with that part was to fail, I can just say, hey, it's a factory BRP part, it's under warranty, go ahead, whatever you need to do to get it fixed. So that's why I went with the factory bar, and I've got a video on that one too, where I dropped it off at the dealership. I tried a new dealership, and then they also kind of botched it a little bit, but still they made it right, even though it's a little bit scratched when I picked it up. A little bit of a paint chip from the adrenaline red bar, but whatever, at this stage I figure if I keep on pointing every little flaw out, I probably won't have the bike, it'll be at the dealership. So the handling has definitely made it sharper. I've been riding it a couple of days here and there in the neighborhood or around in the back roads behind my neighborhood, but and I've been doing a bunch of left-right U-turns here and there, and I have noticed that it definitely makes it much more planted, which is what I wanted and I liked. So the other thing is, if you're wondering if this is going to make the ride hard, it won't. It definitely will not make the ride hard. Going through bumps up and down, it's still the same, but when the body flexes left to right, like if you're going in a turn, that flex becomes stiffer, exactly like how the website says it. It becomes a little bit stiffer, which is, I guess according to them, comes out to 33.5% stiffer, and I absolutely can stand behind that, because I have felt that it is a little bit more harder during the turns, and there's a little bit more control. It is a little bit more confidence inspiring, absolutely. The cool part is when you have a rough road and your bike ends up doing this, on the rough road, left and right, where your handlebars are just going wild. I have noticed with the sway bar on the handlebar kind of stays in check a little bit too, so that's a good outcome of putting the sway bar in. So I have noticed that, which is pretty cool. That to me I did not enjoy at all. Any kind of bump, and then my handlebars would just go crazy. And then, you know, not that it doesn't go crazy now, but it doesn't go that crazy as much as it used to. So basically what I'm trying to say is that it does make it more planted on the roads, and it does boost your confidence. Absolutely does boost your confidence while taking corners. Without this, I never had an issue taking corner, but I have noticed that I can take corners a little bit faster now, a little bit harder. So, and that's something that obviously wasn't there, because, you know, I have the rally model. The suspension's kind of a little bit taller than your you know, regular 900 Ace, which is the road going model. So I've noticed that that in that terms it's gotten quite sharp. So I like it. I definitely recommend it. The part itself is not bad. It's 155 bucks. The issue is installing it, which is supposedly very difficult. You have to open up the whole front end, like you have your radiator, the whole front end, you have to open it up, and gets lifted to install the sway bar. And any place you take it, they will charge you at least 2 hours of labor. So that's something to keep in mind. They will charge you 2 hours of labor. So for me, that was around $250 or $60. For you, it could be cheaper or it could be more expensive. I called Mountain Motorsports in Roswell. Well, first I called the Mountain Motorsports in Marietta, and the idiot service advisor asked me to bring in the part in order for me to get an estimate on labor. I said, I was like, that's the most dumbest thing I've ever heard from a service advisor, is to bring a part. So in fact, what the guy was trying to tell me was, go ahead and purchase the part, and then I'll tell you the price. So basically, if the price was too much for me, I'd have to go and then return the part. So it's the most dumbest thing I've ever heard come out of a service advisor's mouth. And I mean, especially on a factory part. This is a factory BRP made, Can-Am made part. There's no reason why a Can-Am dealer cannot tell you how much it will cost for labor, you know. So anyway, I called Roswell, and the Roswell store mentioned 350 bucks. I'm like, whoa, that is a lot. 350 bucks to install this. 150 for the part plus tax. We're looking at over 500, 20, 30, 40 dollars. Went to this place. Of course, they had to do it twice, but I paid about 250 or 260 in labor, and it ended up costing me about 100 bucks less. That's what it came out to for sure. So that's what it cost me. Like I said, the labor cost could vary from where you are. So that's the only hurting part about it. That's the only thing that will hurt, is the labor cost. Everything else, the part is surprisingly cheaper. I guess they knew it will be such a pain in the butt to install, so made the part cheaper. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely, I would recommend it. And I would also say that on the highway, I forgot to mention this, but on the highway, there's less dartiness. You know how everybody talks about Can-Am being darty, you know, left to right? It still exists. That doesn't go away, but it's not as prominent as it used to be. So I really think that on its own is a huge plus, getting this sway bar. So yeah, big thumbs up on the sway bar. I do like it. Plus I like the adrenaline red color. It matches my theme of the bike, so that's good. I would say go for it, and you will enjoy your ride even more. Now, just so you know, I own the rally model. In case you haven't seen my videos, you're new to the channel. So the rally model is taller, has a taller suspension than the regular 900 Ace anyway. So I would imagine that the 900 Ace probably handles a tad bit better than the Rally. That's my guess. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below. But because the regular Ace model 900 is lower, I would imagine it would handle a little bit sharper to begin with. So with the Rally, being that it's a little bit taller with the adjustable shocks, and the shocks are softer too, and I felt the shocks were very comfortable. So I think with the Rally, it definitely I think it's putting the sway bar on is definitely a benefit with the Rally. I'm not sure with the 900 Ace if it'll make a, you know, if it'll be a benefit or not. I would imagine so, but also I imagine that your handling to begin with is probably a little bit sharper, and I could be wrong, but that's just my theory, since the 900 Ace is a little bit lower. So yeah, absolutely go for it. You'll love it as I do. Alright guys, kind of saved you watching the boring highway ride that I had to do for about 15-20 minutes. So we are now here in Dawson. I think I see the outlet malls, or I start to see the shopping plazas come up in the outlet malls. So I'm actually going to go check out and see if there's any deals that I can get today. 5th of July, there should be something. Most of these places were closed off yesterday, so I'm hoping today I can pick up a couple of things. But yeah, so I hope you guys had a great 4th, and if you're out riding today, I hope you enjoyed the ride, because I gotta tell you, it is a beautiful day. So beautiful day. So I do hope that you guys also got a chance to take a ride. And that's pretty much it, guys. Just want to wrap it up. Thanks for joining me on this ride, 5th of July ride. Beautiful weather out here. Hope, like I mentioned, hope you guys were able to get a ride in. And I'm just gonna go ahead and head on to the mall. Until next time, guys, be safe. But in the meantime, please go ahead and hit the like button, hit subscribe, and I would really appreciate it. Have a good one, guys.